And now we get word from the coach that Angel Reese is going to have a modified role.
Did you witness the drama involving Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky coach Tyler Marsh? He completely changed the course of events by giving Camila Cardoso the spotlight and pushing Angel to the sidelines and out of her comfort zone.
New head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
And suddenly, there was a seismic upheaval in the Sky pecking order. Farewell, double-double streak. Not all Reese fans are dissatisfied. Before it even begins in the W, they are waging a social media war, accusing it of being a plan to destroy Angel's record-setting and reviving legacy. Is Reese's story over? Tell us in the comments section below. Come on, let's go.
Angel Reese preseason part 2. Let's get it. What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang!
This is where things start to get hot. Angel Reese hasn't appeared at training camp since the word broke about this change. Despite only shooting 39.1% from the field, the stat padding queen is suddenly being asked to step up her game by taking mid-range jumpers. Yes, you heard correctly. A drastic change in one's career. It seems more like someone changed the course of her entire trajectory than a natural progression. Is this a clever basketball move by the Sky, or a secret effort to undermine Angel's reputation?
The Chicago Sky's offense will no longer run through Kennedy Carter. Carter averaged 17.4 points per game in 2024, leading the Sky in scoring. Interesting. It should lead straight through, I believe she's 6'6"? Camila Cardoso down in the paint. That's who it should lead through. That's who it better lead through.
Days before the Chicago Sky were scheduled to play the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, the news was released. And Coach Marsh, he didn't just fiddle with lineups, he overhauled the plan. Angel Reese's role isn't simply altered, it's unrecognizable before the season even begins. One of the WNBA's most divisive players is being put into a new box, and fans are watching in shock.
It sounds like they're going to pull her out further from the basket, and I wonder how her fans are going to feel about that. If she's further away from the basket, that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of, or as many, I would believe, offensive rebound opportunities for one Angel Reese.
We should go back in time. Snatching rebounds was Angel's entire identity, as if it were a personal grudge. Her double-double dominance became her hallmark from LSU to the W. Using those figures, she generated attention and jersey sales. Recall her second professional game, where she grabbed 19 rebounds against Indiana. Her performance went viral and solidified her reputation as a rebounding superstar.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Camila to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos.
However, the Sky prompted her to change course just when she believed she had locked down her lane. They literally want her to take mid-range shots and move away from the rim. Asking Shaq to live at the three-point line would be equivalent to that. Angel is having trouble determining whether or not she wants to change the space she once held in the paint since it is now being redistributed. In addition, there's the technological problem. Her shot release is clumsy and slow. This doesn't fit naturally. With a shot clock ticking, a square peg meets a round hoop.
Chicago Sky want her to take mid-range jumpers. Okay. However, Marsh wants her to add more versatility to her shot selection by hitting mid-range jumpers 10 to 15 feet from the basket. She's working on being able to shoot off dribble, and when the play call is for a catch and shoot. Yeah, but what does that mean? Because she's... look, we've all seen videos of her practicing. She's got a very, very slow as syrup release out there. So that should be interesting against anybody that's got any kind of a wingspan.
Let's not mince words.
At 39.1% from the field, Reese's shooting efficiency is incredibly inefficient, and we're primarily discussing this close to the rim. That isn't merely below average. A caution sign is flashing. The coaching staff is asking her to acquire a completely new set of skills rather than enhancing her strengths. Here's the twist, though. Cardoso is given the keys to the paint as Ree is being removed from it.
And they want her to shoot more mid-range. This should be very, very interesting.
Indeed, Angel's former throne beneath the glass is currently occupied by Camila Cardoso, the sensation from Brazil. The same role that aided Angel in developing her social media following and brand is now the home court of someone else. Additionally, the optics are rough. The timing of Camila's rise seems ideal. It's almost like a marketing effort with a PR bow on top.
And I think Angel's really good. I think she's really good, and I just think the team would be better if, they anchored their defense around the elite defensive player and kind of ran their offense, maybe not through Camilla because she's not going to pass it, but run their offense to the elite finisher.
The fact that Angel skipped training camp says a lot. Most pros see a new role as a growth opportunity, a chance to expand their skills, but Angel's treating it like a betrayal. She's vanished, silent, sulking, or perhaps strategizing. In any case, she is not conveying a message of cooperation or flexibility.
Per Julie Poe of the Chicago Sun-Times, Reese has yet to post up at training camp as she learns a new role for the offense. Oh, this should be very interesting. Quote, for Reese, that means adapting to a modified role that will tap into her full potential as a stretch four.
Let us be brutally truthful. This isn't about Angel giving up her abilities. It has to do with her refusal to change. In the current competition, mastering a consistent shot is crucial, but she's putting a lot of effort onto the Sky as adjusting to the current game, not undermining her. A dynamic forward is no longer limited to merely rebounding. Angel's one note right now is to extend the floor, create offense, and move the ball, rebound, put back, repeat. And she finds it difficult to improvise when that playbook is called into question.
The McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Did you know a croissant's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter, butter, butter pecan.
It is not necessary for us to discuss whether the coach made a poor decision. Concerning whether Angel Reese ever possessed the resources to develop into something more, her shift in role is not a personal grudge. It's an essential basketball choice, at that. Forwards who can shoot and spread the floor are essential to modern WNBA offenses. The game continues without you if you are unable to keep up.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Camilla to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos of her hitting plenty of layups. That could be better for the offense.
In relation to timing, let's discuss Camila Cardoso's optics. She becomes the focal point of the Sky just days after competing against her national team and making headlines for it. That isn't a coincidence. Angel hasn't been able to capitalize on Camila's enormous finesse and worldwide appeal. She's raw, but there's no denying her potential. When you stack her next to Reese, the difference is obvious. Where Angel exhibits resistance, Camila displays promise. The highlight reel ends when you analyze Angel's game, even if she hustles and rebounds as if it were personal. Her offensive style is clumsy, her footwork is lagging. She has excessively slow mechanics. She requires a game makeover in addition to a shooting coach.
Understands if the Sky want to build an effective offense, they need to start building out space in the half court. I don't hate that, to be honest with you.
The Sky aren't acting like bad guys. Their franchise is being future-proofed. Camila Cardoso is a future bankable celebrity. Angel Reese could end up as yesterday's news story. The player who remained the same while the league changed its focus to her. The guys are taking action before it's too late because they can see the writing on the wall. Caitlin Clark, a player that genuinely adapts, develops, and delivers, is out there improving the league without complaining. While maintaining her composure, she is surpassing everyone and outscoring them. Reese's response is the reverse. No delivery, all drama. The WNBA is changing quickly. The Chicago Sky are looking for upside and versatility. Angel Reese has the option of catching up or falling behind. Additionally, it appears like she is selecting the latter.
In an offense where her primary goal was to post up, she made just 39.1% of her field goal attempts, and we know from 5 foot in, she was the most inefficient field goal percentage shooter.
Angel Reese gained notoriety for dominating the glass and grit hustle. However, that is no longer sufficient to stabilize a franchise in the WNBA today. She is challenged to shoot and see the offense stall by opposing defenses who have already cracked the code and clogged the paint. Her greatest skills begin to appear more like weaknesses as defenses start to miss her mid-range game. Camila Cardoso, meanwhile, provides the offensive diversity that coaches aspire to. She has greater spacing skills, a softer touch around the rim, and unrealized potential that is too good to pass up. This change is about evolution rather than favoritism.
The hole in Angel Reese's game is the fact that she will catch a rebound and then proceed to put up 4 shots to make 1. Again, all the while, people around the perimeter were sitting back going, I'm open, throw me the ball so I can shoot an open 3. Nah, that ball's never coming back out. That's where the ball goes to die.
There is no doubting Reese is a force when it comes to brand power. Her jersey sales are off the charts. Her Instagram following rivals pop stars. She's a certified media sensation. But let's keep it real. WNBA games aren't decided by likes or retweets. They are won by players who perform on the hardwood. And lately, Reese hasn't delivered the steadiness that matches her limelight. That discrepancy between production and hype is beginning to manifest.
Don't lie to you. I actually feel a little bit better about her standing back further away from the basket, shooting jumpers. I do, actually. Now that I've seen how bad her inside game is, it's still going to be interesting because her claim to fame is what? Double-doubles.
The fact that she still hasn't reported to training camp after the coaching adjustment says more than any press conference ever could. The majority of players would view a role change as a challenge and an opportunity to advance and develop. Not Angel. Instead of embracing the new responsibility, she's acting like her basketball identity is being stolen. Being asked to move beyond the paint and take a few jumpers isn't sabotage, it's a reality check. If you want to be elite, you have to be complete, the coaching team is reminding her. And rather than embracing that message, she is currently resisting it. Let's be honest, it's not a personal grudge. Reese can't seem to see it that way, but it's actually a disguised opportunity. Her shooting percentage of 39.1% says it all. For someone who excels in the role, the figure is incredibly low. So why is it unreasonable for the Sky to urge her to diversify her game in a league that increasingly values spacing and multidimensional talent? Sticking to a one-note style isn't bold, it's a blueprint for becoming obsolete.
But if she's already away from the basket, maybe that will force the hand. And again, Camila shoots much better from the field, much higher percentage close to the basket.
Tyler Marsh, the rookie head coach tasked with elevating the squad, is making a gutsy call, but maybe guts are exactly what this franchise needs. His decision to reimagine Reese's role isn't about taking something from her, it's about pushing the entire team forward. The Sky don't require a star under the rim, they need someone who can score, defend, and stretch the floor. Reese's refusal to adjust could end up telling more about her potential than any stat ever would. That said, the reaction online has been absolute chaos. Social internet is blazing with Reese fans who believe this is a well-planned attempt to undermine her legacy and support Cardoso. The number of conspiracy ideas is increasing every second, and angry statements about injustice, favoritism, and treachery abound in comment sections. People are screaming for trades, suggesting Angel Bolt to a team that acknowledges her greatness. It's a complete collapse. And at its core is a change in role that isn't all that unusual in the larger sports context.
Apparently, we got to talk about the conspiracy. The conspiracy surrounding Camila Cardoso. That the only reason why Camila Cardoso is, I'm pretty sure the only reason she's on the Sky, it seems, is to diminish Angel Reese. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to struggle to find the logic.
What exactly is causing the alarm to go off? Then, Reese's own silence and her absence from training camp have just fueled more conjecture. Supporters take it as evidence that she feels unprepared and unsupported. And to be honest, who among us wouldn't be a bit alarmed if our boss instructed us to stop doing what we do best? Most top athletes use situations like this as inspiration rather than a reason to give up.
But Everything is like you're already hearing them come out there and saying that she should request a trade because they've said Camilla is their number one option. But let's be real. Let's be real.
A rising number of people are now urging Angel to move and find a new house. Angel, they don't deserve you. Demand a trade, one person wrote. Evacuate Chicago. It's the type of story that thrives on social media, where drama overshadows complexity. What these supporters aren't saying, though, is those delicious double-doubles became the foundation of Reese's brand. Playing farther away from the hoop prevents her from grabbing 15 rebounds each game and from suffering such simple setbacks. And it implies that her stat line, the very factor that propelled her ascent, takes a severe damage. This is much more than just XS and OS. It concerns power relationships and the unwritten guidelines for WNBA player development. The Sky wants to use Rhee as a contemporary stretch for someone who can pull off mid-range jumpers and explode off cutters. However, is that change really in Angel's best interests, or is the front office putting the system before the star? This case is revealing the true nature of what happens when a team chooses to alter a player in the middle of a game.
Seeing all of this, like, I genuinely stand by the fact that, like, there are people, so many WNBA fans do not watch basketball. Do not watch basketball. And it's actually crazy seeing takes from people that literally, I can guarantee you, do not watch the sport, be amplified. Like, genuinely.
Regardless of whether Angel welcomes this shift or insists on a fresh chapter, one thing is certain. Her predicament has brought attention to the league's covert operations. This is about how teams develop their talent, how they strike a balance between media attention and actual on-court value, and how easily a budding star can be redirected. It's not simply about moving one player to a new location on the court. What should Reese do next? Does she capitalize on her influence and start again somewhere else? Or does she dig in, adapt, and show that she's more than just a rebounding machine? In any case, her response will influence not only her future but also the WNBA's player autonomy discourse. Is Reese's story over? Tell us in the comments section below. To ensure that you never miss anything, like, subscribe, and enable all notifications. After you click the video on the screen, we'll meet you in the following.